Hola Tom, bienvenido. Welcome to Hablamos Spanglish.
Hola Ana Carolina, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. I'm super excited to have you here today because you have inspired me so much and get the best out of me in so many
Oh my
occasions
goodness.
that I knew that I had to bring you to Hablamos Spanglish so you could share, your wisdom, your story with our audience. I know you're gonna be inspiring many Latinos out there with your story.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, it's an honor, it's a blessing to be here with you.
Well,
Thank
let's
you.
start from the beginning. I
Mhm.
know you are from Puerto Rico. You were born in Puerto Rico, and then you came here to Orlando straight when after
Well,
or
I went around a little
oh,
bit
okay,
before coming here.
okay,
Yes, I was born, raised, and educated in Puerto Rico. I graduated from Universidad de Puerto Rico,
okay.
Mayagüez campus. It was in industrial management. It took me 5 years because it's supposed to be 4, but I enjoyed it so much that I say I'm going to stay another year. Well, back in the days, I had hair, so I was cool. So I decided to, enjoy life. And but I graduated from
Oh,
Puerto Rico,
Puerto
and
Rico.
I worked in the island for about a year or so,
Okay.
and that's when I joined the Army,
Oh,
U.S. Army,
okay.
and I went by the recruiter's office, and I remember Sargento Santos. He talked to me and said, "Well, listen, I have a job for you." He said, "Well, I'm looking for a job." I was trying to really move forward and move out of the what was happening at that time. We had a lot of things going on in the island. We had the pharmaceuticals were companies were the ones that actually were hiring the most people,
Okay.
and I was about to start with one of them, and that's when I decided not to do it because the laws were going to be changing, and many of them were going to move out of the island. So basically, I decided to join the army, and that was
Okay.
a great experience.
Wow.
Yeah, military
Wow.
intelligence,
How
and
many years were
8 years,
8
8 years. Yeah.
years.
Mhm.
Wow. Thank you for your service there.
Oh,
No.
thank you. You're welcome. You're very welcome.
So when you joined the army, so you were born and raised in Puerto Rico, you joined the US Army.
Mhm.
So was there this is a different type, I think, of cultural shock,
Uh-huh.
right? Because it's a different como atmosphere, a different also the language,
Yes,
do
yes,
you go through language barrier?
big time,
Okay.
big time,
Can you tell us?
and uh, and this is the 1980s. And I remember, I mean, we were taught English all our lives.
Okay.
My mom is an English teacher. She
Oh,
retired
very good.
after 32 years,
Okay.
so I know the doesn't and the don't, and the ship and the chip, and
Oh my
so she
gosh.
was always, we were eating, and if we tried to say anything in English, she would be there correcting us.
Wow.
But
Okay.
it's not the same because we don't practice the
Mm-hmm.
English,
Yeah,
although
yeah.
we can read the
It's
English.
conversational, yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And the thing is, I learned to modulate my speaking, right?
Okay.
Because when I'm with in a familiar group, I can talk like this. This
Mm-hmm.
is the way I'm going to talk, and everybody's just going to listen to me, and we're going to have so much fun.
Yes.
So this is very relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when I am actually with the speaking to a group of people, I have to make sure that I modulate a little bit, right?
Okay.
But I learned that over the years. So
Yes.
when I joined the army, I remember I was teaching a class. I was always a trainer. Although I was in military intelligence battalion here, I was in Panama, I was in Savannah, Georgia. I was in different places, but I became a trainer. So I remember saying to the group, "I'm sorry, I need to apologize for my accent." And I remember Sergeant Rodriguez. He
The
stopped
same.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
and he called me. He outranked me, and he called me to the back and said, "Tom, sorry, Martinez, come here." "Yes, sir." And they said, "Well, don't you ever
Apologize.
apologize for your
Wow.
accent." Now, granted, I'm already 23 years old. I'm an adult, and I looked at him and say, "You're right. I shouldn't apologize for my accent."
Wow. Okay.
So yes, it was a shock. It was all the culture coming to the States to have basic training and be exposed to different cultures as well. It was a shock because
Yeah.
remember, I was all my life
Yeah.
in the island of Puerto Rico. So.
So you mentioned that in the army, so you were training people?
Yes, yes.
So you already had that with you at a very young age?
I'd say so. I remember seeing my mom teaching, and I say I will never be a teacher.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a teacher. I mean, teachers are. I mean, they're good. I mean,
Mhm.
I will never. I don't think I could be a teacher. I could be a coach. I could
Mhm.
be a trainer. But when it comes to teach, you need a certain skills.
Mhm.
So yes, I became a Spanish language trainer because my specialty was actually in languages. So,
Mm.
and they hire me. I say they hire me and recruited me in the army because I was able to speak a language, both Spanish and English.
Okay.
And all our missions, everything that we had to do with Latin America. So,
Okay. Okay.
so I was, I
So it
guess,
created more opportunities for you
yes,
there.
yes, yes, and
Awesome.
I took advantage of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
So you said that you went around a lot.
Mhm.
So after joining the army, where did you go and how was your experience, after that?
They sent me to different places.
Okay.
I was able to go to. I was stationed in Panama.
Okay.
I love Panama.
Mhm.
Any Panamanian out there? Juega vivo, juega vivo. I loved it. I love Panama. At that time, I went back to Puerto Rico and got married. This is
Oh, okay.
37 years ago.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And my wife came. She's from Puerto Rico. She came with me to Panama. And from Panama, I was able to go to Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Colombia, different other places that we were working and with the other governments and whatnot.
Okay.
And I enjoyed every single time that I went and met people who spoke Spanish. However, it was a different Spanish.
Yes.
It was a different. What is a taquito is not a taquito. It's a baleada now. It's not. It's a burrito now. So we
Yes.
have to be. And I started learning and said, well, this is so cool because it's the same ingredients, but we call them different.
We're
But
so diverse,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
with eso de hablamos el mismo idioma, but like
No,
Gloria Stefan said, right, we talk the same language, but we have a different dialect for sure in
yes,
different in
yes,
our
yes,
countries,
yes,
right?
yes, yes. And I learned so much, and I learned to really like them. And people are so people from Central America are so different from the South
Yeah.
Americans, and
Yes.
and their culture and how obviously you have to study them. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just listen to them, but also read about their
Read about it
uh,
and
the
experience it.
yes,
Yes.
yes, be there, be
Yes.
there.
I love it. That's and that enriches us, right?
Yes.
From being able to live in different countries and travel to different countries,
Hmm.
and so it is very beautiful because that's the way that we get to be more. I will say more creates more empathy as
Yes.
well, and it helps when we are doing even business, right?
Yes.
With
Yes.
different people in different cultures, settings, and backgrounds. So that's
Yeah, there's a book that I read recently, Leading with Cultural Intelligence.
mm,
And in order to be culturally intelligent, you have to be intentional about it, right? It's not just knowing, oh, I know what a uh, cachapa is, or
yes,
I know what that
yes.
is. No, it's actually being intentional about why is that made, how people who make them, how do they feel,
Mm,
what's the history behind it,
I love it.
and the more intelligent we become about other cultures,
Mm-hmm.
the less stuck we are with our own culture, which is
Yes,
good and bad. But the thing
yes,
is, once you know more, you realize that the world, first of all, is so big, still so small,
yes,
right? Because
yes.
there's so things that keep us together, right?
That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So you said you went back to Puerto Rico, right? You got married.
I got married, and then she came back with me to Panama.
Okay.
And then from Panama,
To
as I traveled,
travel.
then I went to Savannah, Georgia. I
Okay.
was stationed there as well. And then my last station was here in Orlando.
Oh, so that's when you came here.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay. And when you moved to the US,
Hmm.
right? So you already had all that experience in Latin America. Was it hard when you came here? Like learning about now the culture, living, like you said,
Yes,
we have to experience it. Was it hard at the beginning?
yes, yes. And I figure, I imagine it's hard for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I move now to Germany, it'll be kind of hard,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely hard.
Yeah.
Uh, and uh, and the thing is, the younger you are, probably is probably easier. But the thing is, you have to be intentional about understanding the culture,
Mhm.
right? We Latinos are very we're fun, right?
Yes.
When you go to an event where the Latinos are,
Oh
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm very proud of that.
yeah.
Uh,
Definitely. Last night I went to this it was a Puerto Rican event where they were, opening the Christmas
uh-huh,
la temporada navideña. So I'm like I love Puerto Rican music like the la navideña.
uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. We
Aguinaldos.
los aguinaldos, but also you have la trulla.
Uh-huh.
So, and I love it because it is so, happy music and it just feels, I love the lyrics, so happy. And, with the cuatro puertorriqueño and there were singers. So it's beautiful. And I love how you guys, enjoy so much las Navidades.
Yes,
Yes.
and I become a singer in Christmas. I sing very well. It sounds awful,
Yeah.
but I sing very well.
That's so funny. So you were saying that so you were in Atlanta, right? In
In
Georgia?
Savannah,
In
Georgia.
Savannah. Okay.
And I was stationed there. When you're in the army, and I know you interviewed, I believe Alejandro.
Uh-huh.
He's from the U.S.
See?
Army, and as I was listening to him in your interview, I remember my days in the army, and as when you're far away in another country, that's when the people from different countries get together and we create families.
Mhm.
I say creamos patria donde
Mhm.
estemos. No?
Sí, sí, sí.
You don't have to be in your country to create your own homeland.
Yes.
So any country I went, and I was with other people from my island, and they knew the roots and they knew the songs. It was like our minds, just when it's like flew away. We actually disappear in the dreams, right? It was great. I met people from other cultures as well. I didn't know that
Yes.
parranda for us is in Christmas in
Yes.
Puerto Rico, right?
Yes.
But some people say, no, nos fuimos de parranda.
También.
Pero en parranda en otro, y digo, pero pues, si no estamos en Navidad, dice, no, parranda para nosotros es que nos vamos.
Rumba.
We
La
just
rumba.
leave. Sí, and we have party all over the
Yeah, the
place.
party.
I said, oh, so that's parranda as well. They're not wrong. I mean,
No.
so, but it's like, I learned that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. For me, I remember like when I was going to high school and I met so many Puerto Ricans that were, they said mayo ketchup, right? For us, it's salsa rosada, but
Uh-huh.
for me, it was like mayo ketchup. That's so funny. It's like mixing the two words, right?
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
then when we went to Puerto Rico, also la guagua,
Uh-huh.
el bus, right? El autobús. So I was like, what is guagua? The same thing is in Dominican Republic, but we went to Puerto Rico, and when I saw like guagua, like the stop, like the stop of the
Uh-huh,
guagua,
uh-huh.
like the bus, so I was like, oh, this is real. It
Parada
is
de
real.
guaguas. Yeah, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened in Colombia. Good friends of ours. We stay there. My wife goes like, the next time we come, I'm going to take la guagua roja.
Uh-huh.
And they go like, what? Sí, la guagua roja que nos lleva del aeropuerto a tu casa. And they go like, what is a guagua? They say, whoa, el bus. Oh, yeah, sí, el bus.
Sí, sí,
So
sí.
it was funny.
I
Now they
love
say,
it.
remember, take the guagua roja
Yeah.
when you come here.
I love it. And Juan Luis Guerra, now, then he released that song, and I'm like, yes, I now know what a guagua is. But so, and okay, so you came to Orlando then. Okay. And how did you start your, business, and what was your why, behind starting Delta Performance Group, right?
Yes.
Coaching other business owners, helping other business owners like me, and their teams, because my team loves you.
I hope so.
I remember when we did that amazing exercise with you, and it changed the perspective, and it helps with the culture of the company. But and then from this conversation, you're saying that you started in the army. I can see how you started doing this. For yourself.
I think it was like you said. It was in me.
Mhm.
It's. I remember that the DISC assessment that we did with your team.
Yeah.
My personality is actually geared to do that. I'm highly calculating, analyzing type
Mhm.
of person, which actually takes me to be happy. When I'm happy, this is my happy face, right? Really. Then I realized that I needed to change a little bit to show people who don't know me that I'm really happy. My
Mhm.
brain needed to tell my face, in other
Mm.
words. Um, so in the army, I realized that they break you as a person to
Mm.
make you, to build you into a soldier, right? That's
Mm.
basically the basic training. You come in with all the habits that you have. Oh, I don't want to get up early in the morning.
Mhm.
I don't want to exercise, things like that. Now you have to exercise and you have to do all these things because they want to build you into something productive
Yeah. Yeah.
for their mission.
Of course.
And I realized that I did things that I didn't know I was capable of doing,
Wow.
right? Because I was just a college student. I thought I was the coolest person in the world. My hair was all the way down here. And I remember the guy say, well, which style would you like? I said, well, could you just go and decide? Okay, no problem. And he just cut my
Oh.
whole hair. And I go like, well, there goes my dignity. I don't know. But the thing is, we have to change in order to achieve greater things,
Mm.
right? And after that, actually, after I left the army,
Mhm.
um, I started my cleaning company.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
wow.
I had a franchise business, and I started training other owners as well.
Okay.
And because once I learned how to do it, cleaning is cleaning, but cleaning like I used to do cleaning now. I say the cleanest toilets in Orlando are the ones that I clean, right? And I was very proud of what I did. I think
Yes.
it doesn't matter what you do,
No.
as long as you do it with your heart. People will love to do that. This is
Mhm.
a service, and people like peace of mind. If they don't feel peace of mind with you,
Mhm.
they just say, no, I don't want your services. But
I re
I'll look for somebody else. But if they like how you feel, your passion, they just pay whatever because they
Yes.
feel safe with you.
Yes, exactly.
So I started training. I started my business. I grew my business from zero to a good amount, and I
Mhm.
sold it after 7 years. And then that's when in 2006, that's when I started my. As a matter of fact, we celebrate this month the 17 years.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
thank you. And then I say, well, I'm going to go into coaching because I started teaching as
Mhm.
well. I finished my master. Oh my goodness, I'm going all over the place here. But I finished my master's here in business administration, so I
Okay.
was able to teach.
Okay.
So I teach a local college, and I realized is that I'm actually more than teaching. I'm coaching
Mm.
because these were entrepreneurs and professionals from
That
different
was
countries.
and they were seeing a lot of value in what you were saying. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and
Because you already went through it, right?
yes, yes,
You started your own company, you were super successful, you learned a lot from
yes.
your journey,
Hmm.
and then you sold your company, which is, I think the dream of many entrepreneurs, and then realizing that you could do that and help others do that, I think that's incredible.
And
So
that's actually my passion
yeah.
when ahead of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Is like I love being that transition from uh, uh, breaking you apart in a good way
Mm-hmm.
to build you into a successful person that you want to be. Not that
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be,
Yeah.
that you want to be. And the coach is the person who you will allow to ask you those brutal questions,
Mm-hmm.
and that person will tell you honestly, say, well, really, I mean, the problem in the company is you, right? I'm about to tell somebody that in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, uh, because but you earned that
Yeah.
trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I loved going there. I loved the for me, payday is when somebody says, I remember you said this, and that stuck with me, and I
Mm-hmm.
follow up with that,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what I accomplished. And so I have to stop and reflect on that. I go like, wow, that's payday for me, right?
Yes.
And that's how it started.
Yes. No, and I remember also an event that the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce does every year, that you were part of it, and you made it so fun,
Oh,
and through fun we were able to learn also and do a lot of things as a team,
hmm,
because I remember it was a team activity and with people that maybe we didn't know, and you were able to, to create that great atmosphere and help us work together. You have that. I don't know. It's like a magic that you have in you to
Oh,
to do
well, thank you. Well,
that.
is God is good with me, so I
Yes.
guess he has done a good job. I
Because
guess.
I think one of the hardest thing by being an entrepreneur is to manage people. I
Yes.
think that's one of the hardest thing. But if you have the tools, and you learn how to use it, it comes easier. But I couldn't do it by myself. Actually,
Well, no.
we need help.
Well, no. And remember, nothing great happens by
Yeah,
one person,
exactly.
right? We can numerous examples of people who so this person was famous. He accomplished all this. No, he had a team of people
Hmm.
actually. And now these are the changes that are happening lately when it comes to businesses and any organization, even in your family.
Hmm.
You don't manage people as you used to manage
Yeah.
because if I work for you, you cannot manage me
Hmm.
because you cannot manage how I feel. You cannot manage what is happening in my house. You cannot manage my wants and my desires. We can manage the task.
Yeah.
Now you can always lead me, and we need leaders. I
I
mean,
love
we have a
that.
lot of leaders, right? But we don't have effective leaders that say, I'm leading my company. People are following me and making it a lot easier for me because they find in me a great leader.
Hmm.
That's my passion right
I
there.
love it.
Yeah.
I love just everything that you just said. And I know that you have been working a lot with Latinos, right?
Hmm.
Latino
Yes.
entrepreneurs. Is so, I'm with my experience also when I work at Prospera and listening to so many stories of Latino entrepreneurs and that come here,
Hmm.
right? Maybe they were entrepreneurs in their own in their countries, and they come here, and unfortunately, they're the Latinos try to make business just like we used to do it in our countries, right?
Hmm.
And that's a big no because you have to learn how to do business here, which is
Yes.
completely different. So, can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the Latino entrepreneurs, and different experience and maybe some tips that you can
Yes.
give? Yeah.
Well, thank you for asking because
Mm-hmm.
this is a topic that I've been discussing a lot lately.
Okay.
And I've seen the change. I've been in Orlando for 33 years. So
Okay.
I've seen when, going to Kissimmee, it was like a project, right? Now you can go to
Mm-hmm.
Kissimmee, take 417 and get up there right away.
Project, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the airport. It was, oh my goodness, you go to the airport. Now it's like right there.
Yeah.
Uh, Back in the days, there was like an organization here, Asociación Borinqueña,
Uh-huh.
back in the days.
Yeah.
And actually, I was one of the presidents there, and
Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Good people and all
I
that.
did great events in there.
Yes, yes, and then actually, unfortunately, it's like anything else. The community changes and everything changes, and so it's no longer with us,
Mm.
Asociación Borinqueña. But the thing is, back that was the only little organization, La Casa de Cuba. It was also
Sí.
there, and probably Venezuela. I mean,
Sí.
had a little
Mhm.
group, and then they started growing, right, in
Mhm.
different Casa Colombia, and but the thing is, everything just like different.
Organizations
You can
with
see in the map.
segment. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you can see in the map different colors, right? And
Mhm.
now everything started like mixing.
Mm.
The same thing happened with entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
People who initially came to Orlando. Let's talk about Orlando.
Mhm.
Were not necessarily probably retired military. They just wanted to retire, buy a house, and stay here after 20 years. They might probably work somewhere, open a little market, and why not? But they were not like professionals and entrepreneurs that came like engineers. Like from Puerto Rico, I know we have a bunch of engineers
Yeah.
here, even astronauts.
Mhm.
People not
Mhm.
necessarily went to the moon, but they
No,
actually
no.
train
But yeah.
astronauts in NASA. Um, and the thing is,
There's a big group of Latinos at
yes,
NASA.
yes, yes,
Yes. They
yes.
even have their Hispanic cohort of employees there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they went to my
Yeah.
Colegio de Mayagüez
Okay.
to recruit engineers because that's
Wow.
an engineering school right
Yeah.
there, College of Engineering. And the thing is, back then we had people who were not really interested in probably start a business,
Mhm.
just get a little job here and there. And now we have an influx of professionals who are
Mm.
doing their jobs there or having a business there. Now, in different countries, Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Argentina, we conduct business in different ways, right? For example, it's like we don't talk about family when we're talking to the other cultures, like say the American culture,
Mhm.
right? Um, if they don't know us, we just don't talk about family. For us, it's like, hey,
Yes.
¿cómo está la
Sí,
familia? ¿Cómo
yeah.
está tu esposo, tu esposa, tus
Mhm.
hijos? Cuéntame. And then probably at the end is I would say, oh, by the way, remember what we talked about? Are you going to do it with us? And they
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
yeah, chico, claro que
Sí,
sí.
sí, sí.
Okay, pues sign right here or I'll send you the papers, right?
Yeah,
Oh, don't
yeah.
worry, we'll sign. Now is on the other way
Mm.
around. For Americans, we have to like say, well, this is what we have. This is what we talked about, Mr. Tom, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he said, well, I like it. Okay, let me sign for it. I'm kind of on the extremes, but I'm giving you an idea.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have to be careful as entrepreneurs that we have to be less sabroso y con caliente y sabor y familiar, no? We have to be less that and then go to business. Now we have to learn how to read the other person that
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
dealing with, right?
Mhm.
Because after all, we're providing a service.
Mhm.
They need to feel comfortable with us.
Mm.
I've been with customers, clients that say, I had no idea. I was with this group, and this lady was saying like this,
Oh, yeah.
and
We
showing
point
the
with the mouth.
pointing with the mouth,
Yeah.
going like, whoa, whoa. And they say, I felt uncomfortable because my wife was there, and I didn't know how
My
to react to this.
God.
Now she was trying to show you what was on the board.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. So so these are learning lessons for both of us,
Yes.
for both sides. Now, when we come here, it's funny because a lot of people say, this is the only place where I have to have 2 or 3 jobs. You say, you're right.
Mhm.
Back in your country, it was one job. Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, it was like quit time, close the shop, and have fun, and have fun Saturday, probably Sunday, family time, and Monday, no, nowadays it's like close the shop at 5 and start your next job
Mm.
until next morning. We have to work more,
Yeah.
right? We have to be on time, right?
Mhm.
For us, can we meet at 2:30?
Mhm.
Hey, 3 o'clock is fine.
Yeah.
If I get there at 3 o'clock for Latinos, oh, we just got that's fine. For 2:30 for other cultures, is
It's
2:30. Actually,
2:25.
2:20. Yeah, if you're not there at
Yeah.
2:20, you're late, right?
Yeah.
So we have to learn that. Many people don't get used to that. They say,
Mhm.
"Well, that's too strict."
Extra.
I say, "Well, that's to me, it's not strict. But 2:30 is 2:30.
Mhm. Mhm.
What's the
Yeah.
difference,
Yeah.
right?" And being in the army, I know what
Of course. Yeah.
you have to be there an hour earlier to make
Mhm.
sure that everything is fine. And the thing is, if you want to be successful, you have to listen to your customer and be flexible.
Yeah. And adapt to the culture, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Learn the culture, learn how to do business here. And yeah, because some things might be, okay in our countries, but in here is different. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And we have to earn that respect.
Mhm.
I'm still, although I've been here for 33 years, this is, how it is. When you go to your homeland, this is where you belong.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is when you can fall asleep in your home. Here is like I'm still watching.
Mhm.
And that will never end. For
Mhm.
my kids, probably because they were born here, all
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yeah.
This is home.
Mhm.
But the thing is, for us, we still have to keep working, keep moving forward, and that doesn't stop.
Yeah.
That's something that we just have to.
And what's a wish that you have for our Hispanic community? What would you like to see here in the U.S. happen? With regards to our Latino community.
Yes, understand that in the past, the Latinos were not seen as we're seen now.
Mm.
Uh, I know before our conversation, we were talking about Maria was supposed to be the lady in the kitchen, right?
Mhm.
Like in the movies, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Tomas was the driver or the
Yeah.
gardener.
We
So
were the protagonistas on the cover, right?
not,
No.
not at all.
Right.
Now is different. Now
Mhm.
is so different.
Mhm.
The American culture, as we're calling it right now in this discussion, is very well interested in our culture.
Mhm.
First of all, because we're loyal, right? And if I like that business, I want to refer my primos, my tios, and everybody and their mothers to that business.
That's
Why is
correct.
that? Because Johnny is a cool guy. You have to go to Johnny, and they will listen to me, right? So they have to understand that. The same thing is for understand that we are in a different place. We had to adapt. and we have to enjoy and have fun at it, right? We are professionals. I think the Latinos we are more professionals than we were before. Not that we were not professional. It's like the quality of the people who are coming in
Mm-hmm.
are at a higher level
Advanced
when it
level.
comes to
Mm-hmm.
professionalism.
Yes.
As a person, we're always good, but I think when it comes to be prepared educationally, we're more prepared,
Yeah.
and we have to take advantage of that,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to seize the opportunities. First of all, speak the language, learn the English. Hay gente que me dice, no quiero aprender el
Sí.
inglés. Apréndalo, tíralo como sea. Yo, when I was in college, I have different entrepreneurs from different Venezuela, and then many of them, I don't speak English. You say,
Mhm.
well, I know you don't speak Chinese,
Mhm.
but I know you do speak English because you can say, gas station. Can you say 7-Eleven? You say,
Mhm.
yeah, of course. Yep. So that's English. So, oh, okay. So you have to speak it. You have to communicate. Don't ask for them to come to you.
Yeah.
You have to meet them where they are at.
Also,
And it doesn't
be
matter.
part of it.
Yes, be
Mhm.
part of it.
Take part.
You don't have to stop being yourself. Don't
Mhm.
take me wrong, right? Believe me, you go to my house, my kitchen, cuando está la familia, we are ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the thing is, but when we are actually dealing with business, and talking a business
Setting.
environment,
Mhm.
understand that, go and meet them where they are at.
Yes, I love that. I think that's really important, and something that I have been sharing a lot also is for Latinos to take part. Where sometimes we stay in our own bubbles and
Mhm.
our comfort zones, but we don't meet where they are, right?
Yes.
Or for example, the American market. So, and there are plenty of opportunity. If we manage both languages, then we have double the opportunities, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, I'm glad that you're mentioning that because I think we need to be doing that even more.
Yes.
And sometimes I think we just think that that's not for us, but actually, if we integrate ourselves, we're gonna be able to accomplish a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think you definitely have to check your vision as a person and
Mm-hmm.
as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
The legacy, 3 generations from now, people are going to be enjoying what you left, Ana Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
what the product of your work,
Yeah.
right? You might not be there. I might not be there. But the thing is, 100 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
people are saying, I'm doing this, and they might not even realize it was you. But the thing is, whatever we do now, this is the time.
Yes.
Latinos, this is the time, And I'm not talking about government power, because a lot of people say,
No.
well, so I have to
Yeah.
be in the government and do things, political things. Listen, no, listen, be yourself, be proud of who you are, portray that in a good way, right? Because we have good Puerto Ricans and the others, right?
Yeah.
And good Colombians and the others,
Yeah.
good Venezuelans and the
Yeah.
others. Let's portray the good thing,
Mhm.
the good flavor and how good we are. And I'll tell you what, they will open their arms. Actually, I've been there. They open their arms and they say, I love what you have
I
to
know.
offer. This is fun. I love your candor, your flavor, the way you express yourself, doing it intelligently,
Yes.
right? Adding value to our community.
Exactly. Well, Tom, it's been an amazing pleasure to have you here. I know that time is
Is it
running
really?
out already.
But we've been here for 5
I
minutes.
know, right? But I'm gonna be asking you a couple of questions that
Oh.
I ask all our all our guests here at Hablamos Spanglish. Just answer the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Don't worry. First will be your favorite type of music.
I like salsa, but I love Latin jazz.
Oh,
I could be listening to Latin jazz forever. I
Awesome.
like salsa. Obviously, I was born with it.
Of course.
You know.
Do you dance salsa?
Yes.
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 Oh, there you
And
go.
I like the boleros. I like the old romantic boleros, not the ones that now they say all kinds of
Yeah.
silly things.
Okay. Place that you would like to. I know you've been around a lot, but a place that you would like to visit here in the U.S. that you haven't been to.
I like the national parks.
Okay.
For some reason, if somebody is doing that in the bucket list, visiting different national parks, I say, I like to do that because these are untouched lands, and I would love to do that.
Favorite sport?
Well, I like basketball. I don't play basketball, but I
Okay.
like
You like
basketball.
basketball?
And I like any other sport that whoever is with me understand what's going on.
Are you a fan of the Orlando Magic?
Magic, of course, yes.
Awesome, awesome. And now we have the Osceola Magic as well,
Woo,
right in Kissimmee.
there
They
we go.
just moved. Okay, and a person that you admire that you would like to meet?
That's a great question. He's changed recently. I mean, I just added him to the list.
I love that you have a list
Yes,
of,
because
of people that you would like to meet.
I went a few weeks ago. I went to South Africa,
Okay.
and it's interesting when you talk to the people there, and there were some statues of Nelson Mandela,
Mm,
and I guess is a cool part of the story is seeing him there. And I asked the people from the town, and they have so many different perspectives of what happened
wow.
back then, and I say, oh, wait a minute. I got to talk to the guy, Nelson Mandela. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here. And hablamos de Spanglish, our famous yellow couch.
Oh,
And
yes.
I hope this is the first of many times that you come. Is there something that maybe I haven't asked you or that you would like to say to our audience? And also, if you can share, where can people connect with you?
Okay.
It will be great. That way, they can get inspired by your story and everything that you are sharing through social media, through your website. Yeah.
And thank you. Your bold marketing is definitely helping me there, and
Oh,
you have an awesome team.
thank you.
And that
I love
reflects your
you.
leadership.
Thank you.
It reflects your leadership. You have good people with you at your team, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Not only for me, but also, like I said, the other people who are here in Orlando. You're part of the success of this community, not only the Latino community, but thank you for being such a great example of what la mujer latina es, o sobre todo la mujer latina joven. Right? They need an examples just like you. So keep it up. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I
Appreciate
thank you
your
for
words.
that. Yes, yes. And I think that they can reach me at deltasuccess.com. That's my website. I appreciate your job, what you're doing, and your efforts. And I hope that I can keep adding value. Remember, it's not how much time we have left, is how far we can go. And I think we have a lot of camino para caminar.
Ay, qué bonito. I love that, that last sentence to end. I love that because that is true. We need to add value to every minute of our life. It's very short. I appreciate it, Tom.
Cuídate.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, mi gente. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey of Hablamos Spanglish. It is a pleasure for me to explore the diverse stories and experiences within our vibrant Hispanic community. I hope that you have found inspiration, connection, and a deeper appreciation for our culture and heritage. Remember, our stories are what unite us and what make us stronger. Stay tuned for more captivating episodes in the future, and don't forget to follow us on social media and share your thoughts with us. Hasta pronto.